Good morning, folks. John Adamson, the Rehab and Documentation Guru. A little bleary-eyed from my trip to Oklahoma and back, but ready to start the day on a Monday. Anyway, I was going to do a reading from the Medicare Benefit Policy Manual. This is probably, it's what I consider to be the Bible for Part B and Part A coverage, depending on the type of setting that you're in. And so what I'm going to do is read from Chapter 15 of the Medicare Benefit Policy Manual, which is the Bible for outpatient. This is not going to be an exciting video, but for those of you that work in the acute setting where you see observation bed patients, if you work in the SNF setting where you see Part B long-term care residents, and if you work in an outpatient setting, all of those settings will benefit from understanding what's in this chapter. Now, I will tell you that the stuff that's most relevant to therapy starts in section 220, and that is at page 152 out of 288. So it's well into the manual, the chapter. And so it's entitled Coverage of Outpatient Rehabilitation Therapy Services. Sorry about the beeping in the background. Physical, occupational, and speech language pathology services under medical insurance. Now, this is a living document, so it does get revised. You can find it at cms.gov. You type in the Medicare Benefit Policy Manual. You figure out what chapter you want to look at. In this case, we're looking at Chapter 15. So it starts off by saying, a comprehensive knowledge of the policies that apply to therapy services cannot be obtained through manuals alone. The most definitive policies are local coverage determinations found at the Medicare Coverage Database, and then they give the website. A list of Medicare contractors is found at the CMS website. Specific questions about all Medicare policies should be addressed to the contractors through the contact information supplied on their websites. General Medicare questions can be addressed to the Medicare regional offices at, and then it gives the website. So I wanted to just talk about this one particular paragraph. And so Medicare has what are called national coverage determinations. They've got their manuals. So they provide the basis upon which all other regulations must be built. No contractor, as is mentioned here, can go around Medicare and thwart any of Medicare's regulations. They can only build upon it. So with that said, they mention in here that specific questions should be addressed to the local contractors, and they might have what are called local coverage determinations. Between you and Medicare sits a Medicare Administrative Contractor, or a MAC. That MAC may, but they may not, have local coverage determinations. So if they do have a local coverage determination, which your billing office or the person that does your appeal letter writing should know how to find. The local coverage determination will include more details than what this chapter will share. So they'll be a little bit more specific. They also may share ICD-10 codes that you may or may not bill. In other words, ones that show medical necessity, ones that do not show medical necessity for services related to rehab. And then finally, you'll get usually the intervention codes that you may bill for that particular coverage entity. So, for example, 97110, therapeutic exercise, would be not only discussed in detail as to what makes it skilled, but how you may bill it in general. So anyway, these things are important to reference. For now, though, what I'm going to be looking at is the national coverage determinations, and we're starting off with the Medicare Benefit Policy Manual, which has national authority. Anyway, John Adamson, the Rehab and Documentation Guru. Hoping you have a great day. Take care, and God bless.